Hi everyone and welcome to the fascial freeing video. Now this is perfect to do for relaxation, and it's also great if you are starting to work out and you're starting to get a bit sore, or you've already been training for a while and you've got some little niggles here or there. So I'm going to break this up into two videos. The first one we're going to work on the lower body, and then the second video I'm going to give you is going to be working on your upper body. Now, one of the biggest things to remember when you're using a roller is that you need to be hydrated, because when you're freeing off the fascia, it's like glue. If you're dehydrated, it is a lot harder to release that off than if you have lots of water in your system. So luckily I've been drinking quite a lot already today, so I am fully hydrated, but I'm just going to have another swig now. Okay, now with anything we always start at the bottom of the body. So get yourself a mat. This is a perfect roller to start with. These are really cheap, you can get them online. The idea of this roller is that it acts like a human hand. So we have on it lots of different sections. The big section here, that's supposed to represent the palm of the hand. These bits here are supposed to represent the fingers, and the knobbly bits are supposed to be the fingertips. So you can really get stuck into those tight areas. Now, even if you're not sore in your feet, we should always start there. I usually do this with a golf ball, but I've not actually got a golf ball today. But if you have, then just follow the same principle that I'm going to show you. So you've got your roller. Make sure you're hydrated, and a mat is really helpful. Now this is trigger point therapy, it's not just foam rolling, so just bear that in mind when you're using the roller. Now the first thing I always like to do with people is just to see whereabouts you're up to. So stand with your feet hip distance, and what you're going to do is you're going to do a little sit and reach. So this is basically just you're going to sit your bum back and reach your hands forward, and just pay attention to how your body feels every time that you go down. You're just going to do a couple, and I know I'm quite tight through the front here and my hips are a little bit tight, and also my right shoulder, just struggling just a little bit with that, just so you can gauge where you're up to, pay attention to how your body is actually feeling. And then we're going to start off. So you want it to be on the fingertip section, and you're going to get your foot and you're going to bend, but keep that foot nice and relaxed, and you're going to put pressure down through. And what you're going to do is you're going to roll just halfway across the foot and back down again. Nice and steady, and try and stay relaxed. Down and back again. Down and back again. Once you've done that first bit, you want to move and scrub your foot across. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can feel that underneath my foot. If you come to a place that's quite sore, what you want to do is you want to hold on to it, breathe, relax, and that will release the tension there. And then we're going to go from the mid part of the foot to the back. You're going to do 4 rolls again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to scrub across. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to do complete one side first of all, and then what we're going to do is we're going to turn the roller onto an angle. So it's going to be facing, you're going to face this way, and the roll is going to be across your body. And you're going to start off right down at the front, the top of the front of the foot, okay? You can see that there where my foot's positioned. Remember to keep that foot nice and relaxed, and you want to make sure that you're on the meaty part of the bottom of your leg. So where your shin bone is, you want to be working towards the right of that. So we're going to work our way halfway down the leg and back again. Nice and slow and steady. Remember to try and relax that foot, keep your body nice and relaxed. And I can feel that that does feel a bit tight for me. And you're going to do 4 rolls. 3, 4. And then scrub across. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to go from the mid part right up into your knee. So from there, nice and steady, keep that foot relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then scrub across it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can actually feel that in my foot, and there's a bit there that's really quite tight. So I'm going to hold and breathe, and just hold it there. And relax. Okay, so that's done the front part, and I can feel now that that's actually gone a little bit heavy. I can feel that the blood is actually moving around. You notice when I did my sit and reach to start with, that was the part that had the tension in it, so I knew that was going to be a little bit painful. But pay attention to your body, listen to it. It should never hurt more than an 8 out of 10. Now 10 is the most pain you've ever had in your life, and 5 is mediocre, and 1 is no pain at all. If you don't feel anything, that's okay. It doesn't mean that it's not working, all right? So now we move to the back of the knee, back of the leg. We're going to start on the calf. And again, you want to make sure that that foot stays nice and relaxed. And you're going to cross the other leg over, and you're going to lift yourself up. And then you're just going to roll just to halfway down your calf, and back up again. Nice and slow, nice and steady. Keep that foot relaxed. Up again. And you're going to do 4 rolls. 3. 4. And then what you're going to scrub across it from that midpoint. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we start off mid-calf, right into the back of the knee. So again, lift yourself up, keep that foot relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from that midpoint again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you're struggling to lift yourself up off the floor, then what you can do is you can get a golf ball or a tennis ball, and you can sit and do exactly the same thing with the calf, but sitting like this. So if you're struggling with shoulder, you might have a shoulder problem, or struggling to lift yourself up, that is a way to do it just being seated, okay? So that's the complete lower leg now finished, and then we move on to the quad. So with the quad, what you want to do is, you want to place the roller just above the knee, okay? And we're going to roll into it. So we lie on top of the roller, and again, don't forget to try and stay as relaxed as you possibly can. So you want to go onto your elbows, and you're starting from the knee, and you're going to just work your way to the mid quad. 1, 4 rolls again, breathe and relax. 2, 3, 4. Now once you've done 4, you want to get to that midpoint, and you're just going to lift that leg nice and steady up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we go from mid part of the quad up to the top of where your hip crease is. So from the middle there where we just finished off, and you're going to go all the way up to your hip crease. It's 1. Nice and slow and steady. All you're doing is you're just very gently rolling over all that fascia. If we move up and down too quickly, the body doesn't have time to adjust. 2, 3, 4. And then from the mid part, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can, if you want, go right up into your hip crease there and just rotate over the top of it. 1. So you can get right stuck into that hip. If you're a desk sitter, this can help a lot. And you're just going to push up on your hand and just rotate. 2, 3, 4. And what I always like to do after I've done the quad is to just do a hip release. So what you're going to do is you're going to put 1 foot forward, knee directly under your hip. And all you're going to do is, you can see I've stuck my bum out there, you're going to rotate your pelvis under. And you should just feel a little bit of a pull through that front and release it off. And again, turn it under and release it off. Again, turn it under and release it off. Now if you want to get deeper into that stretch, then there is a way to mobilise it. So you want to put your hands underneath your shoulders and you want your foot up at the top. And lift that back leg up and then just drop it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then we move on to the back of the leg, so onto your hamstring. So there's a couple of different ways you can do this, and I'm going to show you a little bit of a more advanced one. But it's the same principle what you do with your quad. So you lie on the front of it, lie on the back of it like that, and you just roll up halfway. Do 4 rolls to the midpoint, and then shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4. But some people find they can't really get stuck into the hamstring as well like that. So the other option is you move your other leg to the side, and you sit up onto it and roll forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then scrub. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you just find that that really does just get stuck in that little bit more into that hamstring. Okay, and then you can move on to the very top bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and scrub across. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's your hamstring done, and then we're going to just move on to your glute. Now, if you know you have trouble with glute activation, or you don't really feel that your glutes are firing enough, then a spiky ball can be really helpful. You can use a spiky ball or a roller. I'm going to show you how to do it on the roller today, but you can also use the same principle. So what you want to do is you want to rest it onto the lower part of your glute. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to lie back onto it and then roll across. This one's a little bit awkward to do, as you can see, not very elegant. 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to move it across that glute. 2, 3, 4, just by splitting your leg apart, and then we're going to go up a little bit higher. And you can just move it just a little bit, so you're right on the outer edge of that glute. 2, 3, 4, and then shimmy across. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that is your lower body release. Now, once you've done one side, obviously don't forget to do the other side. And don't forget to have another drink of water as well. Do the sit and reach test again after you've done one side of your body, just to see how you feel, if it feels any looser as you go down and up again. I can actually feel that right side now. I've not got the tension, but I can feel it through the left. So just do a couple of sit and reaches. 3, 4. And then you move on to the left side of your body, and I'll do an upper body release. So don't forget, head on over and check that one as well. You don't want to miss half your body. All right, I hope this was useful. If you have any questions, hit me up, charlotte@charlottebesic.com, or Facebook page is Charlotte Besic Wellness. Bye for now.